Hello everyone and welcome back to another exciting edition of KobraCasts. I will be your host, Dr. Cobra. Yes, I am still sick. I apologize if I do anything gross. Hopefully I'll be able to mute myself before you actually have to hear any of my yummy bodily functions. Oh, I don't even have the camera on everyone. Alright, anyways, this is a game I got into my email from SaintWatkins, who is our first repeat customer, so congratulations, SaintWatkins. Love my viewers, even though there's not very many of you, but that's okay. Anyways, if you are cool like SaintWatkins and have an interesting game, please send it to me at KobraCasts@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to get around to casting it. I love casting games, so I'll probably will get around to yours, especially since I don't have very many emails coming in often. Anyways, I have seen this game before. I did cast it like a week ago or something, and somehow I deleted the video. I don't really know what happened there. So I think this is just a random ladder match between SaintWatkins and Lynch down here, spawning at the 9 o'clock position on Lost Temple. Yeah, so there's a couple parts in this game where it gets a little slow, so I'll probably speed it up a little bit during them. And one of those times is right now. So early, looks like fairly standard. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Lynch going for an engineering bay first, which is not something you usually see. All I can think of is either he wants to put out early missile turrets if he's scared of void rays or something, or go for an early planetary fortress, which you don't see ever really at the pro levels, just because the orbital command is so helpful early game, especially with being able to get those mules out, which they just spike your income so high on minerals. So let's see what it's going to do with that. And he is scouting up in SaintWatkins base, who went completely standard opening, and actually pretty good building placement here. The only way to get back to those probes is back through here, so looks like we are going to see the early planetary fortress coming out for Lynch. So maybe he just really wants to deny anybody inside his base. We'll see. And looks like SaintWatkins getting that first stalker out. He does have that first zealot out chasing this SCV around. But the scouting SCV is not going to see anything out of the ordinary. And if we look down here, a very early expansion for Lynch. He doesn't even have any units. He doesn't have a barracks even. So very early expansion. I wonder if he's going to float it down here or maybe over to this island if he thinks that's safer. So it looks like he wanted the early planetary fortress for defense, so he could get this early command center out. My guess probably be towards the island, but I don't know. So finally getting that barracks out on, I think it was 18 supply when he first started putting down. And high-sec auto-tracking coming out right now for this planetary fortress, which not something I see often, but I think, yeah, adds +1 range. Huh. So interesting strategy here for Lynch. And SaintWatkins going very standard, got 2 gates out, now getting that robo out. Probably wants to get an observer out and just run around and see what's going on inside Lynch's base, because he knows his probes are going to have a tough time scouting with this planetary fortress. And here goes 5 SCVs loaded up in this command center, and it looks like it's just going to plant down here. Okay. I thought it probably would have gone over here, but we'll see how that goes. This barracks, is he planning it over? No, it looks like he's just gonna hover it at the entrance, which is also strange. So SaintWatkins pushing out towards the watchtower with a couple stalkers. Does have an immortal on the way, which immortals do really well against buildings. But with all these SCVs here, no way it's going to be able to take out this planetary fortress if they just repair. So it does have this second command center down, getting out another planetary fortress to try to keep it safe. And getting out another missile turret down here. I guess just scared of void rays, or, you know, possibly to snipe observers, but an observer's going to be able to see it from up here first. SaintWatkins getting out his own expansion. He's feeling pretty safe right now, which is perfectly right because, oh, he did let that SCV by. But if I'm not mistaken, Lynch still has no offensive units out on the field. And he is going double starport. He built this factory, but he also just moved the factory to kind of give him vision around his base. So it looks like he's completely foregoing barracks and factory units here. So either we're going to see like mass Banshee Viking, or it could be battlecruiser rush, although kind of a slow rush. But there comes that tech lab, so probably either Banshee or battlecruisers, maybe mass Raven. I've seen that a couple times. Anyways, back to SaintWatkins base, getting out another Immortal. He kind of doesn't really know what unit composition to go right now because there are almost no units out for Lynch. He is going to send this observer in, sees there's no expansion here. Once he scouts this base and sees that there's basically no units at all, and look, yeah, there is Cloak coming out and 2 Banshees. So once he sees that there's basically nothing at all in here, he should push probably, and possibly be able to end the game very early. This is an interesting strategy by Lynch, kind of foregoing units altogether. You know, units overrated. Just, you know, build some buildings, whatever. So Lynch is going to see these guys coming up with his barracks, chase the barracks away, and Cloak is not going to be finished in time. And also Lynch is supply blocking. So this base was going to be trouble for this base. The only change is going to be able to repair this planetary fortress. And SaintWatkins trying to hide around the outside. There are some Banshees out, but he definitely has enough Stalkers to deal with. Sniping that first starport pretty easily, sniping the tech lab on the next one pretty easily. Doing a good job of keeping out of range of the planetary fortress. Doesn't want to fight that. This planetary fortress getting a couple shots off. It's still essentially one health, but it's barely any health. So the Martin shield on this Immortal taking a bunch of shots, but this base is really in trouble. He's lost all his production buildings except for this factory that's floating around doing nothing. And looks like he is gonna just run away. I'm not really sure why here. But luckily, he didn't take any real damage from that planetary fortress as he was walking through. He did supply block Lynch pretty well, and it looks like this engineering bay is gonna burn down if it doesn't get any sort of attention real quick. And we look up here. Oh, maybe I missed some Banshee harass. It looks like the Banshees. Oh yeah, I missed 7 probe kills, so I apologize for that. Banshees came into this natural expansion and got quite a few probe kills. I guess that's why SaintWatkins pulled back. And look over here, another expansion coming down for Lynch. And down here, still got nothing going on other really than supply depots in this planetary fortress. So once again, Lynch going for the minimal units, maximum buildings build. So not out of the game yet, so I guess you could say it's working for him right now. And look at that, he does have 3 starports on the way down here, and there's a fusion core. There's the fusion core, so it looks like we're going to see some mass battlecruisers pumped out here. SaintWatkins, the only base he knows of is right here, so he's probably not going to expect, oh look, 3 more starports up here that right now are pumping some Banshees out. And that Cloak, oh, Cloak is still not done. He was able to snipe that tech lab before the fusion core, or before cloaking finished. So it looks like he is going to find these starports, but they're going to go down very quickly. Especially once these Immortals stop doing those and start attacking. Trying to run this starport away, and this one as well. It is burning, so let's see if he's going to be able to repair it. Going for this gas, he's pretty much trying to pick off all these buildings. And let's see if he tries to go for this planetary fortress. He's going for the fortress. Lynch really needs to pull these SCVs to repair. He still hasn't pulled them to repair. Finally they go to repair. And they repair so quickly, but I don't think it's... No, it is going to be enough. The SCVs have a complete and total surround on that planetary fortress. SCV fixing is so broken. Here's the Void Ray out for SaintWatkins. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have to sneeze. Anyways, this game was pre-patch 1.1.2, so it's before the Void Rays got their nerf. Oh, and repair is so broken. Did you see that planetary fortress? I thought for sure it was going to die there. Able to get 9 kills right there. Dropping these starports again right here and putting down tech labs. Now here's a better idea. This Void Ray, the planetary fortress is not able to shoot up at the Void Ray, but he needs to take out these missile turrets before they get up, or they're going to take quite a bit of damage. SaintWatkins maybe not paying attention right now. And looks like they quit the repair on the planetary fortress, then they repair again. And one of the missile turrets did come up. SaintWatkins now with great control there. But 2 fully charged Void Rays able to take out those guys quite quickly. And kind of been neglecting SaintWatkins base. He has had this expansion up and running for some time. Obviously got a Stargate because he has those Void Rays. And in comes a fleet beacon right now. So probably going to see Mothership or Canary. And a bunch of Vikings out of nowhere full range. It must have come from these 5 starports down here. So the repair able to fix that planetary fortress up once again. I wonder if SaintWatkins is suspicious yet, or if he just thinks that all of those Vikings came from these couple starports down here. So going back towards his base, still hasn't seen either of these expansions. Saturation on this one not very good, but working on getting there. If we check the income, it's 60 harvesters to 42, and Lynch does have quite an advantage in at least minerals. He's actually behind in gas, so he's probably only mining from 3 geysers. And it looks like SaintWatkins is suspicious here. Let's see if he's going to be able to find either of these bases. Here comes some reinforcements.